Hey every, it's me, Orion Kunst, and today I'll be going over the types of email scams and how to, like, what email scams are and how to not fall for them. So, an email scam, what is an email scam? An email scam is an email that is designed to trick the person who got it into giving the person who sent it some kind of personal information or money or something. Just anything that they might want that they could get through an email or the consequences of an email, like you going to the bank because they told you to or something like that. So, email scam types, what kind of email scams are there? What can they do? So there's three I'm going over in this presentation. One of them is phishing with a PH because it's actually based off of the word is based off of freaking with a PH, which was some kind of scam in the early days of telephones and dial-up, I think. Something like that. I don't remember. An advanced fee scam, which is something like you might know a Nigerian prince scam. It's like that. That's what that is. And a lottery scam, which is a type of advanced fee scam. So phishing, what's phishing? Phishing is an email that they try to get you to send them stuff through, like, just emailing it back, or even like they might like make a little like website inside the email. It's not really a website, but it's like a little HTML thing that will send them back the results of what you put into it, and they'll like they'll disguise it to look like Google or Facebook or Twitter or something, and that way you will think it's that and be more likely to fall for it than if it's just like a blank email that says let's put in your username and password, because what are they for? So it'll try to get specifically something, and then they'll use it for that when they get it. So here's an example. I made this in Microsoft Paint, so it looks kind of bad. It would look better than this, but it would still be pretty sus if it said stuff like this. And there is a little detail in this image that a lot of people, like the scammers rely on getting people to fall in it by using this. So try to find it. It's a little thing for you to do. Little interaction. Alright. There it is. The red circle. It doesn't say facebook.com. It says facebook.com with two Q's instead of O's. And they do that because they can't actually send an email from Facebook because they're not Facebook. So they just buy a fake domain that says facebook.com or something like that. It could be something that looks like Twitter or Google or any website. But for Facebook, I chose that one because that's like the letter on the keyboard that looks closest to a O that I could find. So they'll do that so that when you look at it, like if you don't look at it for too long, it'll just look like it says Facebook, and you won't suspect a thing. But I do suspect a thing because I know the secrets of scam. So look out for that. And then if you actually do what they say, which I forgot to mention that, if their fake message that they're sending to you is urgent message, it makes you like, oh, I gotta do something. And then they'll say like, due to suspicious activity on your account, we request that you sign in, which is kind of something that a lot of things do. Is like, if it's like kind of like two-factor authentication, but not really. It's just not really that much of two-factor authentication. It's like they'll say, oh, you signed in on a device that we don't know, or like you're away from the location. Is this you? And they'll send you an email. But usually it'll just like say, click it, is this you? Click yeah, it'll do it. It's like all of that kind of techno scripts, computer stuff. So it works, and they don't actually need you to put in your password. because you already put it in because you logged in. And if you didn't log in, then you don't click it. But this, like, if you got this, it wouldn't really be at any specific time after you log in. You just get it, and it'd say put in your password. So that's not real. Don't do that. And then here's the advance fee scam, which is, as I said, it's the Nigerian prince scam. Which usually this one is kind of like hinging on like you won't tell anybody because they're saying like, oh, I found a bunch of gold bars, but it's like I stole them or something like illegal like that. Or another one's like, I work at a bank and this person made a bank account and never used it and then they died, so I'm gonna take their money. But they wouldn't do that unless they're like bad, so don't do that. So, and they'll say, oh, I found like $10 million, and you'll say, whoa, $10 million, that's a lot. And that's how they get you with, they'll say, oh, I found $10 million, but I need $10,000 because then I can use that to get it out of the bank or something, which doesn't really make sense. And also it's something to look for because that's what they use all the time. And they'll say, oh, if you give us $10,000, then we'll get the money out and I'll keep most of it because I found it, but you can get 10% for helping. And you're like, oh, that's $1 million, I think. Yeah, 10% of 10 million is $1 million. Math. So they'll say that, but it's not real. It's not a good thing. It's a scam. So don't do that. Don't click on that. And the way that they'll try to get it is they'll say, oh, go to Western Union and give us a wire transfer for $10,000. But why do they use Western Union? Why not just do it the normal way? Well, the reason they do that is because you can't cancel it. You can't say, hey, I just figured out this is a scam, don't give them my money. And if you do give them the money, nobody knows who you gave it to. It's untraceable. So just like this little dumpster man here, this little dude, he's taking all your Cromer because you made the wrong choice. You gave him your money, but you shouldn't, and you'll never get it back. So next thing, lottery scam. A lottery scam is another type of advanced scam, and I don't actually know if this is why they do it, but I feel like the lottery scam as an alternative to the other scam is like, the other scams are all like, oh, I found $1 million, I found $10 million, and it's all like illegal like stuff. But this one is more like a lottery, which is something that's legal, and it's like the most legal way to get a lot of money, but of course it's not actually the lottery, it's a fake lottery. So they'll say, oh, you won a prize, but we need a transfer fee, you need to give us a little bit of money. And you might be thinking, oh, if it's a small transfer fee, it's not that much. But this is like, they're not actually sending out letters, this is email, it's the future of technology, and they'll send out like 1 million every day. And if they send out 1 million emails and 10,000 people send them $100, that's a lot of money. So they'll disguise themselves as a legitimate organization. They'll say like, oh, it's me, Powerball, it's me, Mega Millions, I'm the lottery. And they'll like put a picture at the top, kind of like how I made this. I just took the Facebook thing, and they can do like HTML stuff to make it look like an actual thing from them. And they will probably say something like Mega Millions, but the M is actually 2 N's next to each other, so it might be like that. I didn't make another one of these because I didn't want to. So, and they'll say like, yeah, it's us, Mega Millions. We did a lottery where we didn't sell any tickets, we just picked winners. And that's big tip. That's not real. That's not a thing that exists in real life. That is made up. So don't do it. Don't do that either, because it's a scam. And the best way to avoid email scams is that you gotta make sure not to click on any suspicious links in an email, which there could be also, I didn't talk about them, but there's sus links. They're sus. They're suspicious. Don't click them. And don't put in any of your passwords unless like you'd know like 100%, like you looked up on Google, does Facebook ask you for their password in an email? No, don't do it. So like if you don't know 100% that it's good, don't do it. It can't hurt to double check. Going on to Google does not lose you money and stuff, but if you just look at it and think, yeah, that looks like Facebook, that could be bad for you. This was supposed to be a animated, but it was like it clicked on the don't, whatever. Learning, good. Now you know to not click on email scams and don't give them your money. Stop recording.